Hey guys, for this video we're going to talk about your notes for the cardiovascular and circulatory system. We're going to use those terms interchangeably. Okay, we're just going to say they mean the same thing. When we talk about this system, we can either use the word cardiovasculatory or we can use the word circulatory. Okay, we're going to use them like they almost mean the same exact thing. You do need to recognize both, so just understand that when you see these two words, we're talking about the same system. The cardiovascular, the circulatory system, is going to be a collection of organs that allows blood to flow freely throughout the body. Okay, and this is going to help circulate oxygen and carbon dioxide and different nutrients to different parts of your body. The heart will be the main organ of this human body system. And when we use that word nutrients, we're just going to use it as a general term to mean all that good stuff that your body needs. Okay? So again, the cardiovascular system is a collection of organs that allows blood to flow throughout the body, which circulates oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nutrients. There's a couple different organs we'll talk about when we talk about the circulatory system. The first organ that we will talk about is blood. So blood is a red liquid that circulates throughout the body. And then there's two types of cells found inside our blood. There are red blood cells and there are white blood cells. Red blood cells, and we need to know this term, have hemoglobin, which is going to be the part of the cell that carries the oxygen throughout our body. Remember that oxygen is used for cell respiration in order for our cells to create energies to do daily functions. So it's super important that we have that hemoglobin attached to our red blood cells in order to carry that oxygen. We also have white blood cells, which we've already talked about, which are going to fight the bad bacteria and germs for the immune system in our body. We also have arteries and veins and capillaries, and these are going to be the tubes that the blood travels through. Arteries, we should remember, carry blood away from the heart to the body. It's really important to remember arteries away. Okay, so when we have arteries, all that blood is traveling actually away from our heart and going to some part in our body. With veins, we're carrying blood to the heart from the body. So just a small difference between arteries and veins. Arteries are away, veins are to the heart. Capillaries, we're going to ignore that blank, are blood vessels that go to each lung in your body, and then the walls of capillaries are very, very thin. And this is so oxygen can be transported. So we know that our lungs are going to take in that oxygen from our outside environment. We need to actually transport that oxygen into the blood attached to the red blood cells and the hemoglobin. So the walls of these capillaries need to be very thin. They're going to be thinner than the vein walls. They will be thinner than the artery walls. And then finally we have our heart. The heart is going to be the main organ of the cardiovascular system. Or we could say circulatory system. And it's going to be made up of cardiac muscle. Remember, that's that involuntary muscle that works on its own. The heart's main function is to pump blood throughout the body, and it's divided into 4 chambers. So actually inside the heart you have 4 empty spaces, you have 2 atriums and 2 ventricles. The 2 chambers on the right of the heart are going to pump deoxygenated blood to the lungs, where oxygen is picked up and carbon dioxide is dropped off. So what that means is when we have deoxygenated blood, it's blood that does not have a lot of oxygen in it. That blood needs to go to the lungs, where we can add more oxygen to that blood to transport throughout our body. And then we have to even drop off some carbon dioxide in order to exhale and get it out of our body, because we don't want a ton of that in our blood. After the lungs, where we have this oxygenated blood, it's going to re-enter the left side of the heart to get pumped to the rest of the body.